integer, double, then so many data types, right? Int, double, what else? What else you have learned about? String I am not including, but string is not a primitive data type, okay? A char type data, all these are primitive type data. You have learned about primitive type data. The thing is, if I am writing char a, this variable a can store only one value, right? So if I write a equal to I, this is the only value that a can hold. But if I want a to have 10 characters, okay, so I want a variable a have 10 character values. At the moment, it is not possible. Okay, so here I am going to use something called arrays. So in Java, what happens is when I say an array, I am going to the data type I have to declare. If it is going to be character array, it is character. Only character values I'll be storing. I cannot mix character, integer, float, all that thing. I cannot mix. But if you're doing in Python, it is possible. You can mix all different sorts of data. But here it is not allowed. I have to declare a size. First, I have to decide what is going to be the size of my array. I am saying there should be 10 characters. Okay, it need not be all the 10 places need not be occupied, but I am telling that at the max there will be 10 characters. So I will just divide this into 10 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many are there now? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so here inside the memory, inside random access memory, there will be some space in the memory 10 into how many bytes are required for character type data? Anyone remembers? How many bytes? What is the byte requirement for char type data? It's very important. I want you guys to remember this. How many bytes? Char type data requires 2 bytes. Okay, so when I say 10 characters need to be stored in memory, continuously 20 bytes will be allocated. Okay, why 20 bytes? Because each block is 2 bytes. Each block is 2 bytes. Like that, 20 bytes will be allocated here. Okay, now I am going to give some different values, say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So these are my characters, my values inside. Okay, I don't like this. Both of you have turned off. Yeah, so here I am having 10 characters here. I am storing 10 characters, but assume that I have only 5 characters. I don't, then it's okay. You are just leaving it empty. That's all. So 5 spaces are occupied. The remaining parts are empty. That's all. Okay. Another concept related with array is indexing. Index is very important concept. And in the case of arrays, you start saying the location, or if you want to pick up the value of E, not the value of E, if you want E, okay, you want to read fourth index. It starts from 0. The arrays indexing start from 0. So the first letter or first character that is stored in array is having an index 0. Then the next character is at first index, then second index, third index, fourth index, like that it will go on till if there are n elements, the last index is going to be n minus 1. Understood? So this you should remember. Always when I say my array is A of 10 with characters A, B, C. Okay, so how many elements are there? Though I am saying A of 10, it is only, I don't write anything here. A equal to ABC. Now, if I write A of 1, what will be the corresponding? I'm just writing system.out.println A of 5. What will get printed? Can any of you tell me if you know?
B will get printed.
B will get printed. Yes. So it will print B because this is 0th index, this is first index, this is second index. So B will get printed. This you should know. Now, how will you, so this is the concept of arrays. You majorly have to study integer arrays, then the double type arrays, very less chance, but still it can come. Integer type arrays and char type arrays and strings, because you might have to store 10 cities, name of 10 cities or name of 10 countries, or those kind of things you might have to store. In that case, string type array also you should know. Okay, so now how do you declare an array? Because like if you are declaring a variable, normal variable, this is how you declare. So if you have an array, how do you, this is a normal variable. I'm not talking about array. Now, how do you declare an array? Array means there should always be a square bracket coming with it. Okay. So array, if I'm going to declare an integer array, I will write int a equal to, always there will be a square bracket coming along with it. I told you that. Now, what is the type of array I'm going to create? That type is what I am going to write here. Okay.
Excuse.
Yeah.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you. I've just messaged you. Could you check that for a moment, ma'am, right now on WhatsApp?
So here, this is, how do I declare it? Any of you remembers, how can I, there are two ways I can declare. Can any of you tell me, how can I, what all you know, how to declare? Nitish or Reina and Maria can answer me. How do you declare it?
Dot next int.
What was it?
N dot next int.
No. What you're saying is how to read an element, right? Before reading an element, you should allocate some space in your memory, in your RAM, right? How do you do that? See, like this, here you're writing int a. Why do you write int a? Because you are keeping a location in RAM where some value can be stored in a. So first you have to set up a space in RAM. That is called declaration, declaring a variable. Okay, so declaration is the first step. Sometimes along with declaration, you will do the initial value also. You will pass on the initial value. Like if you write int a equal to 5, this step is declaration and initialization together. A is getting a value 5, or it is, you are saying that a is an integer type data. When you are allocating a space here for a, then itself you are storing a value also. You are giving a value also. So declaration and initialization happening together. That can happen. So here I just want to know, how do you declare an array? How do you declare an array? Say I want the size of the array to be 5. How do you do it?
Int a is equal to new int square bracket open 5 close.
Yes, new int of square bracket open, just write 5 and close. That's it. Okay. This is the basic step for declaring an array. Clear? So if it is a string type data, string type array, you will write string equal to new string. If there are 10 elements, write 10 and end. Understood? So this is called the declaration, declaring an array. Now you're declaring str to be an array fit to store 10 elements. Okay. Next point is, you need to input value. You need to input value to the array, right? How do you input value to the array? How do you input? So declaration, you are all clear with. I believe you understood. This is declaration. Now I want to input or initialize. Anything is okay. Input or initialize. How do you do it? Nitish, Reina, anyone can answer, please. So when I say inputting is, as Reina or Maria said, you have to have a for loop and you have to keep on inserting, like next int or next method you have to use to input the values. That is one way. Another approach is, while I am declaring, declare and initialize together. declare and initialize in one go. How do I do that? Int, say m equal to, start a curly bracket. Inside the curly bracket, if I write many numbers, okay? So if I write this, how many numbers I have put in the in curly bracket? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 numbers, right? So this becomes m is an integer array of size 6. Here I am not writing new int of 6. I'm not writing this. Instead, I am just writing this. So what happens is compiler understands that this is an integer array. Why? Because you are already declaring it as integer array. Now, what is the, how many characters, how many elements are there? Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 elements are there. So 6 space or 6 locations are stored, are reserved in the array, reserved in the memory, and corresponding to those location 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever those numbers, that will be get stored. Understood? So this is the step for declaring and initializing an array in one go. Clear? Nitesh, Reena, all of you are clear with this, right? So if I have some string, generally we don't, this is as good as hard coding. So we don't prefer to do this method, but some questions I have seen in your board paper, if the program is going to be a little lengthy, they will say don't input the values, but take the input from the, take it like they will give you the input. You can accept only that input. So when they are giving, then they are telling you that take the values from this, then you should write it like this. Okay, only in that case. Otherwise, if they are saying input the values, input the cities, input the states, if they say that, you have to go and input. Now, how will you input elements into an array? Input elements into an array. How do you do it? How do you input? So here, what you will do is, first you have declared, say int m equal to new int of 10. Okay, so you have decided your array is an integer array of size 10. So for loop int I equal to 0, I less than or equal to, no, why should I give equal to? I equal to 10, I plus plus. Are you sure? Are you all understanding why I have written I less than 10? And I have not written I less than or equal to 10. Why?
Because the index will be like.
Yes, index always goes from 0 to n minus 1. That is the reason. Okay. So now here you will write system.out.println. Enter what? Enter the number. Then what was my thing? M of I. Remember this. This is what I have to write. M of I equal to what? In dot next int. What is int? What is in? In is a scanner object which you have to declare outside. So this is how you input values to an array. Always this will have a value, M of I. Why? Because in the first iteration, you will get M of 0. Then you will have M of 1. Then you will have M of 2. So like that, you are allocating, you are giving value at each and every location. Clear? So I hope till this point, everything is clear. Yes. Now, can I ask you a simple question? Some simple question, let me pick up. Find the average of 10 marks. These 10 marks has to be stored in an array. So how will you start this program? Nitish, tell me, how do you start? You have not yet turned on video, okay? Tell me.
Import Java public class.
Okay, import Java, what? Java.util.star, because inputting is required. Yes, next.
Public.
Public class average, okay.
Then public static, no, if yeah, public static void main.
Public static void main start bracket string args. Okay. Then
Then you have to input the array, but average is usually double, ma'am. So do we have to input it in double or in?
it's up to you. You can decide. It
So,
can be anything. So, but before that, I am going to create the scanner object because scanner object is required. Scanner in equal to new scanner system.in. Okay. Now, you want to declare an array. You want to declare it as, let me declare it as integer itself. M equal to, how do I declare? Maria, tell me. How do I declare an integer array? Maria?
New is equal to new
Mhm.
int 10.
Int of 10. That's correct. Fine. Now I will just write system.out.println enter marks. I'm writing it outside the for loop. Okay. Because I don't want to keep on repeating that. Reina, tell me, how should my for loop look like?
For int is equal to 0.
Int I equal to 0.
Then I is lesser than 10. I plus.
I plus plus. Okay. And then how should I read the value?
M of I is equal to what makes sense?
M of I equal to in dot next int. Okay. Now I need a variable. Maybe it is sum. Okay. So I'm writing this outside the for loop int sum equal to 0. I need to initialize it with 0. Why am I doing it? Is because I want to add M of I here itself. Initial value of sum is 0. As and when I am reading the marks, I am adding it to some variable. Okay, each of the marks that I read, I am adding it to some variable. And I'm closing the bracket and come. Now, in the variable sum, what do I have? I have sum of 10 marks, right? Do you all agree with that? I have sum of my total marks are available in some variable, right? Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, average is double average equal to sum divided by how many elements are there in that thing? 10 elements are there. So what I'll write is sum is integer because I have declared, I have read the marks as integer. So sum is integer. So I am going to write 10.0 here because I have to make this division a decimal point division. I don't want it an integer division. So I'm just writing it as 10.0 and I'm getting the average. That's it. So system.out.println average of 10 marks is average. That's it. Here ends the program. So this is a while reading itself, you are adding, and once you have the sum of all the numbers, sum of all the marks, you come out and find the average. Because this kind of a question I have always seen coming for your exam. Always average, percentage, all that used to come. Okay, so read 10 marks and then find the average. So if you want to write it down, do it quickly. I'll give you 2 minutes. Write it down. How can I print all the 10 marks? I have inputted 10 marks. I have found the average. Good. Now, how will I show that? How will I display all the 10 marks? Do you know how to print the 10 marks? Nitish or Sandra, can you help me with that? I have inputted marks. I have found the sum of marks. I have found the average. Everything is good. Now I want to print all the marks that I have inputted. How will I print?
Is it like system.out.println like M at I, M at 1, M at 2, and
are you going to sit and write M of 1, M of 2?
wait, I'm putting on the loop.
Yes, so you have to write it in a loop. So maybe here you can write it as 4 int I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus, system dot out dot print. What will you write here? M of I. That's it. Maybe I'll give some space, one space, that's it. So I'm not starting the curly bracket because there is only one statement with the for loop. If only one statement is there, you don't need to, it's not mandatory to put this in curly bracket. One statement, no need to start and end the curly bracket. If there are more, you have to have a curly brackets, okay? So finish it off. So another thing is about the basic operations of arrays. So what are the basic things that you can perform in an array? One is searching. You have, as I told you, that we are entering 10 marks here. After entering 10 marks, you can search whether this person has scored 90 in any of the subject, or if the person has scored 100 on 100 in any of the subject. So that's called searching in an array. So you can search. Then you can sort. Sort means arranging in ascending order or arranging an array in descending order. So you can arrange it you can sort it. We use the word sort, that is just for arranging the array in descending order or in ascending order. Then you can merge two arrays. If you have two arrays, those are basic operations, okay? So if you have, say, array of 5 elements, and another array of 3 elements. You can have a third array which contains both the elements of A and B. That's called merging. Okay, so merging means if A of 5 has got, say, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and B of 3 has got 10, 11, 12. Now this is merged array. So how to merge? That is not directly writing like this. You have to get the elements, and it's programmatically is what you do. You don't write like this. Okay, so that's called merging. So first step is called searching. First operation is searching. Second operation is sorting, which is arranging in ascending or descending order. Third operation is called merging. Fourth operation is inserting an element in nth position. Say, for example, if you want to insert an element somewhere here, or if you want to insert an element somewhere here, how do you do it? That's called inserting an element at a specific position, and then deleting an element from a specific position. So these are the basic 5 operations that everyone should be knowing. Of this and this is very important. Yeah. You were saying something. Yeah, Reena, tell me.
Miss, we only have searching and sorting, right?
This is by default, you're supposed to know. Of the array operation, searching and sorting is the most difficult things. These are all basics. So Sandra had told me that you have only these two. So if we have time, then we can learn it. Otherwise, don't waste your. But generally, one question from searching or sorting will definitely come. In all the board papers, I have seen that. So out of, you have to learn binary search, then sequential search, right? Sequential search, then what is only bubble sort you're learning, right? Or selection sort? Which sort you're learning? Only selection sort, right? Which sort? Bubble sort. Okay, only bubble sort. Okay, there are actually so many different types of sorting algorithms. You are learning only one. Last year, there was no sorting, only searching was there. This year, they have added sorting, but before that, 2 types of sorting was there. Bubble sort and selection sort was there. Okay, so can we proceed with, are you sure you don't have selection sort? I believe you have selection sort. What is meant by sequential?
Is it linear search?
Yes, sequential search is linear search. What is the meaning of linear or sequential? What is it?
Going through each element till you find the desired answer.
Exactly. going through each and every element. So if you have an array which has say 5, 25, 6, then 30, then you're writing 80. Okay, so if this is your array and you are searching for element 30. Okay, so when you're searching for element 30, you will look first element, that means 0th index. Is it matching or not? If it is not matching, go to the next element. Is it matching or not? Go to the next element. Till you see an exact match, you keep on going to the next element like that. The moment you see a match, then you come out of the loop. You come out of the loop by writing a break statement. Break means you have to come out at that point. Okay, that's called, that's all in sequential search or in linear search. Okay, so is that clear to both of you, Reina and Maria? I see you guys are very happy. Yeah, tell me, did you understand? Is it very simple? Is that the reason why you're so happy? Huh? They have turned off the video also. Yeah. Tell me. So is it clear? The logic is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we need to give one question. I'm going to give you one program related with this. Okay, write this question. Write a program to accept 10 different numbers in a single dimensional array. Okay, you don't have double dimensional, so it is obvious. Now enter enter a number and search whether the number is present or not in the list of array elements using linear search technique. Linear search technique or linear search algorithm. This is the question. Please write. Since you have to input 10 elements in an array, the starting is importing, right? Import java.util.start because you need to input 10 elements. Now declare the class, public class linear search. Now public static void main. String rguess. Start the bracket. I am going to create a scanner object first. Scanner in equal to new scanner system.in. Okay. Now I am going to declare an array. So they have said it is 10 different numbers. So it can be an integer array or it can be a double array. It's up to us to decide because it's need to be a numerical array. That's all. So I am int m equal to new int of 10 because I need 10 elements in the array. Now let me int I am writing here int I, or I can write it inside the for loop also. For I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. Start the curly bracket. I'm writing system.out.println, enter element, enter the element or whatever. This you can write inside or outside. It's up to you to decide. If you write outside the for loop, only once it will get printed. You have to keep on entering 10 elements. If it is inside, you can, it just keeps appearing and you can just keep entering. That's all. Now m of I equal to in dot next int. And close the bracket. So you are inputting. So this step is for inputting elements into an array. In an array. This is what you are doing here. So you have inputted 10 elements.
Some questions, they don't give like how many numbers we have to input. They will give some like names and also like how do we input for that?
Usually what I have seen is they generally give 10 or 100 students are there. Some clue they will be giving in most of the questions. So if there are 100 students means you might have to store 100 marks. So like that you have to understand. So 100 students, 100 marks or 100 names will be there. That's all. So array size will be 100.
If they are asking us to like put some places or something to enter some places, so like instead of giving the number, so how do we enter the places name?
That you have to make it as a string array. It will become a string array. String array means we have to do that some program like that. So you will do string str probably equal to new string. If it is 10, you write 10 there. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. So here I will be storing 10 arrays. We will do one question because we have to. So we will do it. Don't worry. So one string related question we will do. Okay. Okay. So coming back to this. So we are doing searching. So we have inputted the value. Okay. And then what do you need to do next? Enter the element to be searched, right? So system.out.println, enter the number to be searched in the array. Okay. Enter the number to be searched in the array. So which number, maybe make it int n equal to in dot next int. Okay. So now I have to start another for loop and I am going to search whether that element is present or not. So again, for I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. I am going to search one element at a time. How do I do that? If m of I means m of 0, is it equal to n? Is it equal to n? Then what you do? Just keep a counter. You need a flag because otherwise how will you know you have already found the element or not? So you need to have a flag like maybe int flag or take it a boolean, anything is okay. Make it 0 outside. And if you are finding that element, then immediately make flag as 1 and you break out of the loop. You don't need to keep on doing it again and again if you have found an element. Got it? If the element is found, just come out of the for loop. For that purpose, you are writing a break statement and close the break. If else, nothing. Else is you have to keep on doing it. That's all. There is no else case coming here. Only if you find the element, do set a flag so that say that yes, I found the element. So the flag should be set and come out of the loop. If m of 0 is not the element, what will happen? It will go to the next iteration. That will be m of 1. It will check, is m of 1 equal to the number? See, when I say m of 1, let it be 80 or something. Okay. What was my request? This one. Let the element be like 20, 40, 30, 60. Okay. Now my n, let it be 70. Okay. Now here, m of 1 is 40, right? Is 40 equal to 70? No. So it will go to the next iteration. In the next iteration, it is m of 2. M of 2 is 70. Is 70 equal to 70? Yes, it is. So immediately flag will become 1 and break will happen. Break means whenever you see a break, then it won't check whether any more iteration is left in the for loop. It will not check. It just comes out of the for loop. And here, what are you going to check? You will check if flag equal to 1. If flag equal to 1, write system.out.println element found. Else, what will you write? Element not found. That's it. And close the bracket. Two brackets. Okay, this is your main method, end of main, and this is your end of class. That's it.
Yes, what is flag used for?
Flag is used to tell that I have found the element. See, what happens is how will this step knows whether you have completed the iteration and still you did not find the element? You're getting what I'm saying? See, here I am not setting the flag. I'm just breaking. I am just breaking and coming here. What is the guarantee that element was there? If the element was 75, okay, sorry, not here. Element was 75. Is that element present in the array? It's not present, right? So what will happen when the element is not present? The for loop will execute. For loop will go through each and every element, but still it has not found the element. Understood? It will come out. It will come out of the loop. But how will you check? Arena, I'm not able to hear you. Yeah.
Can we like use any variable for that?
Any variable, yes, but whatever variable you are using, you have to initialize with 0 outside the for loop. Before the search process starts, initialize it to 0, and inside the loop, you change it to 1, or if you want to do it as Boolean. Boolean is also fine. Boolean true or false. True is, it can be set to Boolean true or false. Initially, it will be false. Inside, you can set to true. True means you found the element. It's up to you. You can decide. So there should be some way you identify that you have found the element. Otherwise, how will you know you have found the element? Got
Yeah,
it?
like instead of declaring the flag over here, why can't we declare it in the beginning or like after scanner class?
You
Yes.
can, absolutely fine. See, that's what. In your program, the expectation is in your class or in your 10th grade, the expectation is declare all the variables in the initial first few lines, right? That's generally the expectation. But what we do, I was a programmer for a long time, so it's like we don't do the program. Whenever we are using it, that time we declare. We can't, there will be hundreds and thousands of lines of code. You can't every time go to the beginning of the program and do it. It is not practically possible. So wherever you need the loop, wherever you need the variable, you declare it there. That's the standard practice the professionals do. But it's okay. You can have, so that it will be more structured. That's the reason. Your code is all probably 40 lines max, right? 40 lines of code max. So it's okay. You can do that. No problem. So which back to the program and explain it quickly. The question says, write a program to input 5 names in an array, right? So how do you input 5 names in an array? So string, I'm not writing the entire program, string name equal to new string of 5. This is how you declare the a string array. Okay, a string array of 5 elements. This is how you should be declared. Now you need to search and find and print the first occurrence of the name. Okay, so first you have to input the elements into the array. So how will you enter? So just write system.out.println and enter the names. How do you input names? Again, for loop. For int I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Okay, by the way, I have to write this thing. I cannot forget that bracket. Okay, the square bracket is mandatory. So name of I equal to in is my scanner object. I have not declared it. You have to declare it. In dot next, you can write next or next line. If you're planning for full name, go ahead and write next line. I am just taking the first name. So next. Okay, that's it. I am closing the bracket. So I have inputted 5 names. Input the name to be, okay. Now what do you need to do? System.out.println, enter the name. Give me 5 minutes. Name to be searched. Enter the name to be searched. So here I have to input a name. That name is going to be string. Maybe I will write NAM or something, okay, which would be in dot next again. Any questions? Any question till this point? Did you understand what I did here?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah. So I have just inputted 5 names. Yeah. What is it, Reina?
which for the name I is equal to in dot next. Since it is a string, should we put next string or something?
No, there is no next string. Next is the word for, next is the function for reading one word. One word. It can be first name. It can be first name. But if you want to read a full name means there will be a first name, middle name, second name, all that, right? So if that means there will be multiple, more than one word in a name. At that time, if you want to include full name, then go with next line method. Got it? Multiple words means next line. One word means next. That's the method, scanner method you have to use. Understood? Is this clear? Because this is a board question. This always comes. What is the difference between next and next line method? Next will help you to read only one word, whereas next line is for reading a text, reading a one full sentence or one full paragraph. You can use next line to do that. Okay, is that clear?
Ma'am, next mean like it won't take any word after the space.
No, it won't. It won't.
Okay.
So if your name is Sandra Thomas, right?
Sandra Xavier.
Xavier, okay. So here, there is a blank space coming here, right?
Yeah.
So only if I am using in dot next, only Sandra will be stored in that variable. In that variable NAM, only Sandra will be stored. But if I am writing name equal to in dot next line, then the entire, your full name, Sandra Xavier, will get saved in NAM variable. Understood?
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, so let's, so this difference you should know. It is okay even if, since they have not mentioned, you have to enter the full name and all that, they have not mentioned. So you can just enter the first name also. It should be fine. Okay, so name of I is in dot next. Then just enter the name to be searched, string name equal to, I have just used NAM as the variable to enter the name to be searched. Now, again, I have to start my for loop. Why? Because linear search expect me to traverse, to go through each and every element in the array. So for int I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. I need to check. Okay, by the way, I need to have a flag variable, int flag equal to 0. I'm setting flag here. Now here I check if for a string, how do you check? There is no this for strings. Okay, we don't use this comparison, this equal to symbol for checking whether two strings are equal or not. This works for new numbers, which can be integers or double type data. Also, it works for char type data. Okay, but for strings, you cannot compare with double equal to. Understood? You cannot use double equal to check whether the two strings are equal or not. Here you have equals function in the strings, or equals ignore case function, right? So that function is what you have to use to compare the two strings are equal or not. So what I remember, what I believe is, how do you use equals ignore case? Equals ignore case. I would prefer to go ahead with equals ignore case, because even if you're not using equals ignore case, what happens is, even if the case is, if one letter is one uppercase or lowercase, then also it will show they are not equal. So don't go with equals, just go with equals ignore case. So how do you do it? You just check what was the variable name, I believe. Name of I dot equals ignore case. This is the function name. Start the bracket, and what is it that I need to compare with? I need to compare with NAM variable. Close that. Okay, name of equals ignore case name. That's all what I need to do. Now this is case. Okay, now close the bracket. One more bracket I need to close. If name of I equals ignore case, what will you write here? Then if they are equal, you have to set the flag equal to 1, and flag equal to, if you can write equal to true and all that also, but even if you don't write, it is okay. Flag equal to 1 and break, else nothing needs to be done. Now if flag equal to 1, then you can write system.out.println name found, else system.out.println name not found. That's it. Close the main method, close the class. That's all. So I believe you this equal to and this equal to.
Yeah.
Okay. This is an assignment operator. This is an assignment operator, whereas this is a relational operator. What is the difference is, this you will use only in the if condition to check whether two numbers or two characters are equal or not. Relational operators are used for that purpose, for comparison purposes. Whereas assignment operator means when you want to assign a value, say I equal to 5. What are you doing there? 5 is getting assigned to the variable I. Understood? So that is the difference. Clear? So there is assignment operator and the other one is relational or comparison operator.